Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the news postcard from TayNinhTV radio and television station, and now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, for 5 years of implementing Directive Number 4 of the Ministry of Public Security on renewing and improving the quality of the movement, the People's Public Security Forces learns and implements the 6 things alcohol thought. In the current situation, recently officials and soldiers of Royal District Police have made clear changes in awareness and action, contributing significantly to the overall achievement of the district's police force. Over the past year, Royal District Police has continued to promote the implementation of the movement. The People's Public Security Forces learn and implement the 6 things alcohol thought associated with studying and following ideology, morality, and the style of Ho Chi Minh, tighten discipline and order, build a cultural lifestyle for the people to serve emulation movement for the national security has come into order. Officers and soldiers have had a correction and change in behavior of the culture and have the will to strive to train to be active in work and fight against the crime. On this occasion, Royal District Police also prized 11 typical collectives and 23 individuals on which leading in their work dedicated to the work and successfully completed the task, made many achievements in the emulation sections, and was prized and rewarded.
Implementing the policy of saving electricity with flexible and cellular solution in the first 4 months of 2023, TayNinhTV province has saved nearly 40 million kilowatt-hours. In the past time, TayNinhTV Power Company has concretized the electricity saving by doing many things such as deploy the task of coordinating information exchange, providing documents related to the safe, economical and efficient use of electricity, coordinate with other branches in organizing the propagation and dissemination of laws and knowledge on electricity use, service to households using electricity, inspect and ensure the legal provisions in electricity trading activities. In addition, the implementation of propaganda programs on electricity saving has been carried out continuously over the years, which has raised the awareness of the people and the social community in economical and efficient use of electricity. Currently, the majority of agencies and enterprises have developed and applied electricity saving rules and regulations in their agencies, reviewed and incorporated electricity saving criteria into their labor regulations for implementation.
In the morning of May the 7th, Hồng Hưng General Hospital held an event to consult and share information on obstetrics pediatric health with the topic Healthy Baby Care starting from the mother's womb. The event was held directly at the hospital and live streamed live on digital infrastructures of the radio television station. At the consultation sections, the audience and the participants, especially pregnant mothers and parents with young children, will also have a lecture by leading obstetricians and pediatricians in Ho Chi Minh City and TayNinhTV on the topic such as take care of pregnancy and safe labor, normal stage of the child development. And speaking at the event, specialist Dr. Level 1 Nguyễn Ngọc Long, Deputy Director of Hồng Hưng General Hospital, said to the program to provide knowledge, psychology, and useful skills for the pregnant mothers and parents with young children to be ready for the childbirth and provide the most comprehensive health care for both newborns and mothers. Health counseling programs are held by Hồng Hưng General Hospital on the average 1 every 3 months, and there will be completely 3 consultation sections to have the people share useful knowledge about the health and receive many useful and practical gifts and incentives.
With the desire to bring the best quality of service and facilities to the people in health checkup, testing, diagnosis of all kinds of diseases, timely treatment with leading specialists, Hồng Hưng General Clinic officially operated in Phước Đông Industrial Park from May 7, 2023, located at Lot TTV, D11 Street, located in Phước Đông Industrial Park. The clinic will create convenience in examination and care for people in Royal District Tăng Bang Thao, especially more than 28,000 workers here.
The Dinh Minh Phu campaign was the biggest siege of our army and people in the history of fighting against foreign invaders when it destroyed a group of strongholds with more than 16,000 enemy and names in many consecutive days. For the first time, we went out in the strongest units in which the 312 Division was unit to launch the first battle into the Him Lam stronghold, and also the unit that captured the Castro's tunnel for the general have been captured, and this commanding general alive, ending the last day of French aggression in Vietnam and also in Indochina. One of the soldiers of the 312 Division who directly participated in the Dien Bien Phu campaign, currently living in Tây Ninh province. He is the Dien Bien soldier Trần Thế Khoa, born in 1926 and currently residing in Suda Commune of Vĩnh Châu district. 97 years old and 17 years old of the party, 52 years of contributing to the revolution, Mr. Khoa still has not forgotten the hue and the blood, and is still remaining and sunny, and sleep meals are very often frugal, wearing brown clothes, riding a bicycle to meet and drinking green tea, lying on the commune cot. This is Mr. Trần Thế Khoa, a soldier from Dien Bien who, with a movement of excitement, wrote a poem about his life. Despite being hundreds of years old, he's still in healthy. Although his hair was gray, but his mind was still clear. He still clearly remembered the historical events during his participation in the revolution. And as a child of Hải Dương province, his parents died early. His family was full of brothers and sisters, and at the age of 22, he began to participate in the revolution, working as a liaison for the information department of the old Quảng Yên province, and by the end of 1952, he joined the 312 Division, and since then, along with his teammates, this Dien Bien soldier has contributed to making a brilliant milestone of the history of Vietnam's revolution. Participating in the Dien Bien Phu campaign, he and his teammates carried out the task of loading artillery and bombarding, paving the way for the army to enter and capture Him Lam Hill, the strongest resistance center of the Dien Bien Phu group cover. In the battle, the soldiers broke out and were given a pack of the explosives. They didn't know how to do it, but the bamboo was available, so they cut it in half, then bat it not finished, and just tied it up, wrapped the parachute cord tightly from the head to toe, and put the explosives in it, carried it to the fence to pull it, and then ran out, only to explode. And this same march, he received the greatest joy in his life. That was the honor of joining the ranks of Vietnam Workers' Party. At that time, I was finished hitting in the 5th Artillery Cell. I saw the long and white tunnel beside me, so I called on the battalions to run there, running with 2 feet high, and the guys were wounded in the hill. He let the machine gun above him sweep the grass. And the new battalion politicians called to admit comrade Trần Thế Khoa to the Vietnam Labour Party, which all surviving comrades must recognize. And on April 10 of 1954, he was admitted to the party, joining the party right on the front, and the spirit of courage and bravery is multiplied. During the third phase of the campaign, he and his teammates captured General de Castro alive. I came here today to listen to the talking about the Dien Bien Phu victory. I feel very proud and impressed when I heard about these fierce battles. Our young generation must study and work to develop the homeland, to be worthy for the sacrifice of previous generations. That war has also passed for 69 years. Although he may not remember all the names of his comrades, but he clearly remembers the sacrifice of his comrades so that our army can advance to win. And at the greatest joy, until now he still vividly remembers first the time when he met Uncle Ho during a military parade to prepare for the National Day on September the 2nd. His eye lit up when he encountered his meeting with Uncle Ho. The whole squad kept looking at Uncle Ho in awe and never forgetting Uncle Ho's kind regards for the soldiers. And now nearly 100 years old, but the spirit of the Dien Bien soldiers is also still burning in his person, determined to follow the party until his last breath. And although he was exempted from the party activities, he still participated fully. I still have my breath and I am still alive. Before I joined the party, I planned to serve the party until my last breath. But now I'm still like this and let me rest. I can't. And with the pride as a soldier of Dien Bien in the wartime as well as in the peacetime, He always clearly showed the temperament of a revolutionary soldier, exemplary in everything for today's generation to learn and follow, contributing to the construction and development of the homeland in the new revolutionary period. And ladies and gentlemen, whenever a forest is destroyed or a wild tree is cut out, the forest owner gives a series of reasons such as large management area, thin forest, snake effects, etc. And these are also the reasons given by the management board of Logor Samak National Park in order to explain the series of national forestry being cut down at TayNinhTV television station once reflected in the news program for the May the 1st. Immediately after the report was broadcast on May the 2nd, the Office of Provincial People's Committee sent an official dispatch to convey the direction of the Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Trần Văn Chiến, requesting the report on the felling of the white forest in Logor Samak National Park. In particular, the Logor Samak National Park Management Board is assigned to preside over and coordinate with the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development and relevant agencies and units to inspect and report to the Provincial People's Committee before May the 5th of 2023, and this shows the attention and drastic direction of the Provincial People's Committee for the forest protection. Soon after, the Logor Samak National Park Management Board also reported on this incident. The report also said that at plot number 4, this sub-area of the 24 in the period from the end of 2022 to the beginning of April of 2023, there were also 6 forest trees cut down and their trunks removed, including 1 rotary tree and 5 pine needles with the root diameters of 28 centimeters to 40 centimeters, the top diameter from 18 centimeters to 13 centimeters. And in order to evaluate the case in the most objective way, the reporter also had an interview with the Park Management Board. Accordingly, the leader of the National Park confirmed that the information that the radio television station reflected was correct. However, the leader of the National Park also emphasized that the mass felling of forest trees were entirely due to many objective reasons. The reason is that the area of the National Park is very large, but while the forest is thin and with lack of the staff, and there are also many open trails around and many people come in and out, especially in the dry season. At the end of the year, people are unemployed without making rubber. They go to the forest a lot. And we have tried our best to prevent this from happening, but it's also scattered, not concentrated. According to the Forest Protection Department, incidents occurring at Logor Samak National Park are regularly reported by Tân Biên Forest Protection Department on a monthly basis. And the TayNinhTV Forest Protection Department also said that this sub-zone 24, where the incident of natural forestry was cutting down, were also a loss of 4 trees in 2021. And so far, the situation natural forestry being cut out continued to reoccur, with more in the numbers. And the Tân Biên Forest Protection Department and the National Park Management Board had also confiscated a number of material evidences and means, but could not track down the subjects. And regarding the question of why, in the midst of the peak of the dry season, the Forest Protection Force should have increased patrols to promptly detect the fire. However, the act of cutting down forests is not detected and prevented. Is there a problem with the forest protection? According to the assessment, perhaps in the process of patrolling and controlling, they have been subjective here, and thinking that the fate of the forestry in this area has already happened, and they should focus on other areas to focus on the forest fire prevention, so there has been scattered the theft from the past few months. Also, according to the Forest Protection Department, with the function of forest management and protection, ensuring the compliance with forestry laws, these units will advise the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development to send an official dispatch to the management of Logor Samak National Park proposed to focus on management protection and development of forests in the management area. To completely prevent this situation, we have many options. The first is to propagate and educate the local community about the conservation of the national park. The second is to strengthen the force in charge of forest protection. Another task is to coordinate with the forces stationed in the area to patrol in secret to catch or prevent the subjects who often operate for a long time. It cannot be denied the results that over the years, the Lagos-Samak National Park Management Board has achieved forest protection results. However, through this incident, instead of trying to blame the large area with a thin force lack of the staff, the National Park Management Board needs to clarify the responsibilities of the groups and individuals involved. At the same time, strengthen solutions to ensure and prevent the similar incidents will not happen again in the future. Because if we don't do it well, we surely will not stop at losing just a few forest trees, but maybe we will lose the whole forest. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.